Okay. Autumn, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. You got the backside. I don't know if you must have missed my post here. I was just kind of asking you guys to post the front of your poster along with the back of the poster, just so I could get some good comparison, so we could make some comments on the entire poster front and back, and the harmony associated with the two-sided poster, as opposed to just looking at the back. But so what we have here is the back, so we'll just take a look at that. Now, I don't know if you remember my comments. Some of my comments on the front of your poster, and my main concern on the front of the poster is that it's not actually, actively engaging the negative space. And we learned that back in week 3. We learned about activating the negative space and the composition, and that one of the things that you really don't want it to do is you don't want to center align things. And the reason you don't center align things in visual communications is that it creates symmetry on either side of the objects, as we can see here. And that symmetry is the same on the left as it is on the right. So it's typically not the most interesting way to compose a composition. So I think that the same holds true for the back, in that it's just not the most dynamic composition, being that everything is kind of center aligned right down this center axis, including this timeline radiating. So you've got center alignment right through to the typography as well. So basically, this is going to be a little difficult to read because there's no good solid left margin to act as a guide and an anchor for the viewer to read through. Now, thankfully, it's not a whole lot of text right there, so it's not too bad at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. I think other than that, I love the background. I think the background's great. I think it's really interesting. Now, right now, you have to take a look at this piece, and you have to say, okay, what is drawing me to this piece if I'm looking at it as a poster? So when we look at it as a poster, the first thing we see is timeline, right? And if we look at timeline, we're saying that is not the subject of the poster. The poster is either, I think it was I can't pronounce that word, crystallography, or Dorothy Crowfoot Hodgkin, right? So we should probably, instead of saying timeline right here, the viewer's going to get that that's a timeline. I would place her name in here, Dorothy Crowfoot Hodgkin, maybe on 2 lines. As far as the timeline type goes itself, look at that space right there. That T, remember our kerning exercises from the first 2 weeks of the class. That T seems to be set off. So it almost looks like T, then I-M-L-E, then L-I-N-E. So it's really sectioned off. So I would close that kerning down. Again, I would definitely use her name somewhere in here so that timeline is not the focal point of the piece. Other than that, I think you're looking pretty good. I want to zoom in here and take a look. You got some unusual spacing right here. So for example, this type is actually encroaching and touching the timeline, whereas this is not, and this is not, see what I'm saying? So we really need to be consistent there. Watch your alignment too. So this is left aligned, right? But this one has got this kind of strange alignment there. So be super consistent. Since you're so close to this circle, I would move these out a little bit and then maybe move this down in the composition. Okay, and then as far as your type goes, my suggestions here are this. You've got it's a little encroaching. That looks like a mistake right there. That F is actually coming off that background circle. So watch that. I would try to eliminate. Well, you only have 1 hyphen, so you're okay there. B12. All right. Instead of the B, let's use a small cap for the B, and then also you've got 12 old style numerals in that. Okay. Now you've got, but it's as a child. Now look, here's what you have on this side. You've got, okay, so you've got this center aligned. Okay, went to Cambridge University. We've got our PhD. Again, PhD, small caps. Okay, Oxford with her huge discoveries of molecular. Okay, I'm not sure this makes sense. Without her huge discovery in molecular biology, we might be lost on was to see the molecular structure of anything. Watch your grammar there. You probably want to adjust that. Okay. The only other thing I'm seeing is, yes. Okay. All right, so those would be my comments moving forward. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Thank you very much.